Today we're going to replace the Grand Marquis 2003 air compressor. It's a pump that went bad, and as you can see, the air shocks in the back are all the way to the bottom, and we're going to fix it. The last time I did this was in 2011, and now again in 2019. They only last about 8 years, and I expect this one, which will be a dormant, will last longer. I'm going to pan over to it, and there's the dormant pump right there. Dormant pump, $179 from Parts Geek Express, and this one is coated on the bottom where the other two were not coated at all. So hopefully, as a result of rust and water getting into that cavity where it's placed, it will be resolved and last a little bit longer this time. So the $179 from partsgeeks.com. So things that have to be removed are the air chamber here, and should be a couple bolts, that clamp here. As you can see, this is where the air port intake was mounted. I actually may do an additional modification on the air cleaner because it only has one small port of air going into the air cleaner. I may open it up to allow my K&A to get more air in. So may also make it one additional modification here. In the meantime, I'm going to go get my tools. Okay, I found a 11mm socket for that part and a 10mm socket for, I think it's 10. Nope, sorry, 8mm socket for the clamp. Pretty loose. Yeah. Let's see if we can get some of these off. Or actually, you know what? I may just be able to swing it up. No, can't swing it up. Pull it out. Get these mounts out. Okay, one. And we got another one over here. Kind of get a shot of it right there. I'm going to take a moment and get that one out. Alright, this one requires a 10mm. Alright, after opening up the air intake, gives me a little bit more room with my hands. and starting to come loose. Alright, great. Fantastic. Alright, let's see what we got underneath here. Alright. I'm going to try to open up that small hole to a bigger hole, allow more air in. Probably cut one down here. Alright, therein lies the air compressor pumper we're going to replace. I think most tell you to take out the windshield washer bay. I may actually do that. There are 3 bolts underneath the car. I'm going to try to get to them. Alright, for fun, which is not a lot of fun, I'm going to take out the windshield washer with 2 bolts to give me a little bit more room. Alright, so the windshield washer bay got unscrewed, and I'm just putting it aside rather than disconnecting it. And I actually may be in luck, because underneath the wheel well is the bolts right here, which I can feel. So I don't even have to jack the car up. So I'm going to unscrew those. Alright, after 3 screws taken out, 3 nuts which are 11 millimeters taken out at the bottom, I'm ready to pull this out. See what I got. I put a rag under here to push up some uneven pressure. I think part of the problem here is when they rust out, because the bottom hole gets clogged up. So here's what I want to do. In the back of the car, before I do anything else, I want to turn off the air switch. Show you where that is. Open the trunk. Air switch is right in the back there. Position. And now I'm going to start unplugging everything. Alright, now I'm going to start unplugging the connectors here very gently. Get a screwdriver. Alright, then very gently, these things can get brittle, put a little pressure on here, and pull the plug out. And that's not working very well. Okay, there we go. Since it's the old pump, I guess we don't care about that. There we go. So that connector's now shot. Now with this hose here, air intake, they say push down a little bit and pull out. There we go. So it was a push-in. Alright. Okay, there, we're all done now. There's the old pump, rusted. Alright, so here's one of the fixes I'm going to do. I am going to put a bigger hole here. There's supposed to be a little hole there where everything drains out. And I'm going to open that up. I'm going to open up for 2 more holes in there. Alright, I'm about to drill 2 holes. I think these are 1-inch holes to allow more water to drain out. Okay. Okay. So I think we should have enough drainage there. Alright. Thank you, Ford engineers. And one more thing I'm going to do. Since with my K&A air filter, I have this air intake only has a tiny little hole for air to come through, and the biggest problem is if you want to pass, it doesn't have enough air, I believe, to get in the engine. So I'm going to cut 2 holes here and here. And I'm thinking that's probably the best spot for it. I don't know, maybe one additional hole over there. Put 3 holes in it. Alright, there are the 3 holes to add additional air intake, and hopefully that will allow me to pass when I want to put the gas on and go from 40 to 60 miles an hour pretty quick. Alright, now that I got the additional holes drilled, I'm going to put the air pump in. Make sure the wires are not hindered by the plugs. Put that in there. Hopefully this will plug in easy. Yes, it did. It went right in. Fantastic. Okay. And let's go. It's plugged in there. Let's put this in first. provide you with your own little clip. Okay, that's in. Okay, now we're going to plug it in. It's plugged in. Go throw the air thing in the back on. Hopefully it'll kick in. And how about that? Less noise, and it's kicking in. And hopefully we'll watch the car jack up. Good. Much better. Successful. Good $179 fix versus paying what I paid in 2009, $653 to have Ford do it. Okay, now I'm going to put the nuts on and I'll be back shortly. Alright, we're ready to put everything back together. There's the pump as it is. It works, everything's in good shape. So I'm going to start putting everything back together. Alright, after 2 bolts, the washer reserve is back in. Alright, so we're ready to put the K&A filter back in. All the bolts are back in. Everything's lubricated. K&A filter is washed by K&N rather. And it's actually something I recommend, because in the long run they're easier, cheaper, even though it costs a little money up front. Alright. Let's see how we're going to do this. Make sure that's in first. Alright, and tighten this up. Okay, that looks good. Everything looks good. I'm going to start it up and run. Okay, and that concludes the install of an air compressor for the air shocks in the Grand Marquis Mercury 2003.